Hi guys, and welcome to today's Money Honeys video. This is going to be yet another Money Honeys Buzz, which is me sort of chatting about a particular topic that is kind of related to money. And this one is, but this is also getting a little back into the minimalist kind of topic that we were talking about before. If you are watching this video as the first Money Honeys video you've watched, then welcome. I have done a whole series previous to this, my Money Honeys series, that is all about how to manage your money and set up your financial foundation. It's a whole pathway to follow to get you on the right step to managing your money. So I will put a link to that in the description below, and there will also be a link to that playlist at the end of this video. So if you enjoy watching this, perhaps you might like to go and watch that. So I want to start out this video by saying Happy Mother's Day. That is when this video is being posted. And that is sort of what gave me the inspiration for the topic that I want to talk about today. And that is holidays, and oftentimes, and getting more so, it seems that we are in our culture relating holidays with gift giving. Now, I seem to remember, this is going to be one of those, like, when I was a kid, I walked uphill both ways to school. I seem to remember when I was a kid, the gift-giving holidays were your birthday and Christmas. We got maybe a little bit of chocolate on Valentine's Day and, you know, some chocolate bunnies on Easter. But when you actually got gifts, it was your birthday or Christmas. And my birthday and Christmas are close together. So there was a whole part of the year when there were no gift-giving holidays for me to be receiving gifts, which as a kid was a big deal. But as we move along as a culture, I seem to see that there are a lot more gift-giving holidays. People are actually getting like presents for Easter and presents for Valentine's Day and, you know, those kinds of things. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if you are at a place where you are trying to rethink consumption and gift giving and approach it from a little bit more of a minimalistic perspective, either because you are trying to save on funds or you're just trying to approach consumerism in a different way, then I am here to give you a few thoughts and ideas today. So I'm going to talk about a few different ways that you can be a gift giver and a few things that I have done to make holidays less about giving material items. And then I will also talk about one way of being a gift receiver that you may want to think about with your family and friends. I feel like some of these are going to be obvious, but let's talk through a few things that you can do in terms of giving gifts to the people that you love. The first, if you are still in a mindset of wanting to be able to give somebody something that they are going to open, I would suggest you start to think about gifting consumables. And what I mean by that is, instead of giving somebody an item of clothing or an item of jewelry or makeup or something for their home where you're not really sure if they're going to use it or like it, and in a lot of ways that's a burden for somebody to receive something that they then feel they have to keep, they feel guilty getting rid of, maybe it's just not to their taste, and then they have to go return things and stuff like that. And if you know somebody who is trying to live a more minimalistic lifestyle, they're not looking for more stuff in their life. Everyone in my family is not looking for more stuff in their life. So consumables, if you know the person drinks wine, if you know they like coffee, get them a really nice bottle of wine to drink, give them some locally roasted coffee from your area. These are things that you know they're going to use, and then they enjoy it, and then it is out of their life. It's not a thing they have to hold on to. For my family, you know, my parents really enjoy having biscotti with their coffee, so I will often go to a little local bakery that makes biscotti, get some of those. Some other things might be some drink mixes, so if you know the person likes mixed drinks, you can give them something interesting that perhaps they haven't tried before, things that you know they are going to enjoy. I personally would stay away from things like soaps or bath products. Yes, they are consumable, but you may be somebody who gets a lot of those things, or you like a very certain thing. I know when I was a kid for a while, and kid I mean like teenager, it was when the Body Shop was a big deal, and it used to be that at Christmases and birthdays and everything, if you didn't really know what to get, if it was like somebody you didn't know well, or if somebody was gifting to you who didn't know you very well, they gave you like soap and body wash from the Body Shop, which is beautiful, but there's only so much of that you were ever going to use. So I had so many nice soaps around that I don't think I ever got through them. I think they got to a point where they got like sticky and old and I had to throw them out. So in my opinion, things that are immediately usable, I said wine, coffee, that sort of thing, some treats, those are things that are nice to give, and if you know what the person likes, then you know it's going to be used. Another step up from that, which is also something that is money friendly or budget friendly, I would say, is to make things for someone in terms of consumables. So for the last 3 to 4 years for Christmas, my father and my brother-in-law can be hard to shop for 2 different reasons. My brother-in-law, because, you know, he's an awesome guy and, you know, I like him and everything. I don't know him super well in terms of his taste of what he would like. So it's hard for me to give him something and know that he would enjoy it. And for my father, he tends to be the kind of person that gets himself whatever he wants. So it's hard to think of something to get him that is something he would enjoy, because if it's something that he wanted, he's probably gotten it for himself already. So what I've taken to doing over the last couple of years is doing 2 days before Christmas a big like cookie and sweets baking. I'll usually choose 4 different recipes of different kinds of sweets that complement each other. So in the last couple of years, I've done butter tarts. I've done sort of a sweet and salty thing with like caramel chocolate pretzels. I usually do like a peanut butter chocolate kind of thing, and then some kind of more sugary cookie sort of deal. And I'll spend sort of an afternoon baking those things and, you know, spend some time before choosing the recipes, getting some new stuff, and then package them all up just into like Ziploc bags, and then get a couple of boxes from the dollar store and package those in there. And I like to think that my brother-in-law and my father, I mean, they pretty much know what I'm getting them each year at this point, but they enjoy it. And my father goes and puts those in his freezer and eats them throughout the year or for the next couple of months, and they really enjoy it. And not only is it a consumable where it's not going to be something that's hanging around the house, but I have put my time and love into doing it, and I think that makes something more meaningful than picking out a gift at the store. The next thing that I like to do is give an experience. And the best thing, if you can, is to give somebody something that you can share together. So if you're not close to the person, like physically close in location, doing things like giving movie passes or a pass to the spa, if you know they like to go and do those things, is really nice, because it's the kind of thing that you wouldn't necessarily buy for yourself, but if somebody has gifted you, you know, a massage or a facial or a movie pass or something like that, you're going to use it, you're going to enjoy it, and it's not going to be something that's hanging around, and you really enjoy having the experience. If you are physically close enough to do something with the person, then that's even better, because what you are doing with your loved one is building a shared memory. My favorite example of this that I've been doing lately is that my partner's birthday is in the, you know, November, December timeframe, and for the last couple of years, there's always been movies coming out around his birthday that he wants to go see. So what I will do for his birthday is take him out for a nice dinner somewhere that we haven't been before, and then go to like the nice movie theater, the kind where you like pre-book your seats and they bring you like beer and stuff like that. And we'll go see the movie that he wants to see for his birthday. And it's really nice because we, you know, share the memory together of the dinner and watching the movie. Sometimes if I want to wrap something up for him to unwrap on his birthday, I will get, I mean, if we're going to something like a big Star Wars movie, there's usually a ton of stuff around, like merchandise. So I'll get like a box of like Star Wars related cereal or granola bars that he will eat and wrap that up. You know, he kind of knows it's coming now, but it's still fun and we get to do it together, and a memory that you share together is going to last that much longer than a thing that you maybe use and then get rid of, or it sits on a shelf and you don't think about. There's more budget-friendly options for this. It doesn't have to be that you are paying to go somewhere. Going hiking together, choosing out a new trail to go and try, going swimming for the day in a new lake somewhere, perhaps planning a camping trip or camping weekend for the two of you. These are things you can do that are really appreciated. And a funny take on this that my sister and I sometimes do is our birthdays are close to each other. They're within a month of each other. And sometimes what we'll do is one of us will give the other a card saying, hey, for your birthday, I will take you out for a dinner somewhere. And then we won't do it because we're both busy people. And a month later at her birthday, I'll give her a card saying, hey, let me take you out somewhere. And usually we'll just go out for a dinner together, and like the thought's there and everything, but we just end up getting together. And it's kind of funny for us that it's like, hey, I told you we would do something and we end up not doing it. So I told you we do something, we end up not doing it, but we just spend time together and it's fine. And we don't feel like we need to get each other anything. The very last thing I'm going to mention here is something that is kind of minimalist friendly and also very budget friendly. And that is to ask for what you want. At Christmas, my parents, and especially my mom, really like actually giving gifts, things to open. You know, it's part of our tradition, it's part of most family traditions that you sit around and like open gifts and that kind of thing. And I know my mom wants to get me stuff, but she also doesn't want things, she especially doesn't want things for herself, but she doesn't want to get me things that just sit around. She knows I have a very small living space, I like having it clean and minimal. So what I will do through the year is keep a running list of things that I want that aren't urgent, that are things that will be useful for me. So whether that is a new toaster because the one that I had broke, or a new set of sheets because the sheets are getting worn out that I use, a couple of nice towels, things that are actually useful that I will use on a daily basis, or, you know, just things that I would go out and buy for myself. And instead of going out and buying it for myself, I sort of keep a list of things through the year. And then when she says to me, what do you want for Christmas? I send her this list of like, you know, 10 items, and she'll choose 2 or 3 of those to get for me for Christmas. And I enjoy getting them, and it's not something that she has to guess at. So if you have people in your life that you are close enough to do this, I mean, some people may think, well, that's not the spirit of gift giving because I want it to be a surprise, or I don't feel comfortable asking for what I want to get. You're going to enjoy things so much more when the person that is, you know, getting the gift is getting what they want, and when you get something, it's something that you're really going to use and be happy with. So those are my suggestions of giving gifts. Give consumables, give experiences, give things that are homemade because it means so much more. And my experience of being a gift receiver is ask for what you want and ask for things that are usable and practical, and you're still going to enjoy getting them. So I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day if you are celebrating it in any way. I hope you have wonderful holidays throughout the year, and I hope you think about some of these suggestions the next time you are approaching a holiday. And maybe just think about cutting back the gift-giving holidays to, like, you know, Christmas if you celebrate it, and birthdays, because the other one should just be chocolate. That's my opinion. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed but would like to do so, my face will appear at the end of this video and you can click on it, as well as a link to the MoneyHoney's Pathway playlist. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.